Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a different video today. I want to talk to you guys about a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and that's sleep. So, one of the most important things in life in general is making sure you get yourself a good night's rest, especially for those of you out there that are trying to get back into shape. You know, making sure you get a good, you go to bed and sleep so you could recover from working out. You can actually train your body to sleep, just like anything else. You can train yourself to run faster, jump higher, that kind of thing. You can train your body to fall asleep. Biggest difference is this is going to be pretty much all mental. Now, I'm not very tech savvy, otherwise I'd throw up a list as I was going through this stuff, but we're going to run it down anyway. So, first and foremost, the most important thing is you turn your bedroom into where you go to sleep. And that's it. You don't do anything else in that room. Now, eventually you can go back in there and do other things once you've really gotten your body down and used to going to sleep. But up until that point, you need to make your bedroom the only thing, make your bedroom so the only thing you do in there is sleep. That means if you got a computer in there, you need to get it out of there. If you got a TV in there, you need to get it out of there. So that mentally you go in that room for nothing else other than to sleep. So, that's rule number one. Make sure your bedroom, is in a manner so that all you do is sleep. So now, the other things, if you go to bed and you haven't fallen asleep inside of 15 minutes, you need to get up and go and do something else for, another 15, 20 minutes, and then try and go back to bed. If you've got a lot of stuff on your mind, I know a lot of people, that's one of the biggest things. They go to bed and they can't shut their mind off. Well, the best thing you can do, get up, get a notepad, start a journal, something. Write a whole bunch of stuff down, because a lot of times getting stuff out of your head, whether it's talking to somebody or writing it down, will help get it out of your head so you can go and try and lay down and sleep. Okay? That's the other thing too, is napping. If you need to take a nap, if at all possible, you need to take a nap in your bed. Again, teaching your mind that you need to go to bed, it's time to sleep. Okay? So, and then, unfortunately, that does include sex. In the beginning, you have to be committed to this whole thing. You have to plan out at least a good 2 months. Get everything out of there that doesn't belong in there. That doesn't revolve sleeping or getting up and getting dressed or whatever. Try as much as possible to go to bed at the same time. Take naps in your bed, nothing. You don't do anything in your room but sleep. Now, as far as sex goes, you got to give it, you have to give it a good couple of months. Now, I'm not saying you can't have sex in your bedroom anymore. What I'm saying is, if you and your significant other go to bed at the same time, you need to actually plan ahead. Say, we're going to have sex. Go in the bedroom to have sex. And then get up, no matter what, get up and leave the room for 10 minutes. And then come back to bed. So maybe plan ahead a little bit more. An hour before you actually want to go to bed, go in the bedroom and have sex. And get out, hang out for like 10 minutes, and then go back to bed. So even after you really start getting used to, and you can go to bed and you can fall asleep right away, even after sex, even if you come in like you're laying here for a little bit and you and your significant other decide to have sex, get up, go out of the room for like 10 minutes until you can every day fall asleep. Now, your SO might not like the fact that you're able to roll over and fall asleep once you really start training yourself to fall asleep, but bottom line, that's your goal, is to be able to roll over and fall asleep. Because sleep is very, very important. So, you know, avoid all distractions when it comes to your bedroom. Eventually you can put things back in there. I wouldn't necessarily recommend putting a computer in there, because a lot of times people spend a lot of time on a computer. We actually have a TV in our bedroom, but the only time it goes on is when we're in here like folding laundry or something. We don't put it on when it's time to go to bed. And that's the same thing. If you want to put a TV in your room to entertain you for while you're doing something else in there, perfectly fine after you've gotten used to falling asleep. Do not watch TV when you're going to sleep. The other thing is, you know, put some type of white noise generator in there. I use a floor fan. It helps cut out any ambient sound, anything else that might risk waking you up. There's just something that, you know, helps put your mind at ease. So the other thing is, especially for shift workers, my fellow shift workers out there, block out all sources of light. You know, some of you may say, well, I'm used to sleeping with the light on. Yeah, your ancestral times, you know, you really didn't have lights on when you were sleeping. So make sure you try and get your room as dark as possible. Now, we've got blackout curtains as well as blackout blinds. You can get either of those pretty much anywhere. Blinds I would recommend getting at like Home Depot or Menards or something, because they can custom cut the blinds to fit your window. And you want your blinds to fit as tight as possible inside your window to block out as much light as possible. So we're going to go over there. I'm going to show you a couple things. So I have 3M Velcro strips holding this edge of the curtain down. See, it doesn't really want to come off. That helps keep light from coming down on my head when I'm going to bed. Alright? So, you know, I realize you can see a lot of light through here. That's why I use both. We use blackout blinds and curtains. So I'll give you a demonstration of what this looks like. Now, you may not need it in the middle of the day, but you know, especially if you live in the city, it's a good thing to have. Blocks out all the light from outside. So camera light is pretty weak. So there is actually still a little bit of ambient light in here, even in the middle of the day, but it's dark enough for me to sleep. I don't really have a problem falling asleep during the day, but the camera light, or the camera, won't pick up that little bit of light. So, but this is what it looks like. That's just the blinds. So that's what my room looks like. Now, you can't see me anymore really, but that's what happens in the middle of the day. So, yeah, but, yeah, so, you know, make it as dark as possible in your room. That way too, if you need to sleep in, when the sun comes up, you don't have that bright glaring light in your room. If there's anything else I may add to this a little bit later, or I add a supplemental video to it, because unfortunately I'm having a brain fart right now. I thought there was something, I think there's other things I want to say, but you know, bottom line, you can teach your mind, you can teach your body that when you go to bed, it's time to sleep. So that when you go to bed, your head hits the pillow, you're asleep within 5 minutes. Much to my wife's disgruntlement, that's the way I am. You know, if she wants something to happen, she needs to let me know, unless I obviously initiate it, but before I pass out, because it does not take long for me to pass out. I've trained my body that when it's time, when I go to bed, it's time to sleep. So other than that, you know, follow this kind of stuff, follow these rules, and you know, you gotta really commit to it, Give yourself a couple of months, and then, you know, you'll get to the point where you fall asleep without any problems. So, but yeah, that's all I have for you for this video. Check out my Instagram. Click on the link below. So, again, this is all part of trying to get healthy, trying to be in shape. Sleep is very important. So, as everything, guys, as usual, MG, exercise as you wish.